Welcome, everyone. This is episode 29 of Minnesota Wild via GM here on Dynasty Central Sports. Thank you for joining us on this episode. And this is going to be an interesting one as we're going to have a little bit of a surprise later down in this episode. And we're going to be jumping farther into the season. But right now we have January 1, 2024, and we are going to be starting off a new era here on the Minnesota Wild via GM with Mitchell Oshida, the new head coach that I have hired last episode. If you remember back then, episode 28, take a look at the stats leaders right now of our roster. Not great. Kaprizov, Wahlstrom, Fiala, and Backstrom leading the teams, but it's not great to see Cale Makar, big-time defenseman that we hold in. He's a fantastic talent, young, good offensive defenseman, can't get the points on the board, so Riley Tufte coming in, 3 points. And like I said, Mitchell Yoshida, the new head coach of our team, he has a 29-4 record in the AHL, and so we are going to be bringing him up, and he's going to be the new head coach for the Minnesota Wild. So far, he's done well in his first stint in the AHL, and we got rid of Coach LeBeau, and we're bringing in Mitchell Yoshida. He's a little more balanced type of coach, and I think he's going to fit well with this roster. So let's see how we do in the month of January, and we're going to first jump off, take a look at this calendar. We got the Blue Jackets, Kings, Blackhawks, Canucks, Flyers, Capitals, Devils, Penguins, and then we got a week off, and then we finish up with the Canadiens and the Jets. We're 21-14-7 right now on this season, and so we're going to jump into this first game against the Columbus Blue Jackets. Why? Because it's the first game of the 2024 year, and so I feel like it's kind of apropos, and we're playing against the Columbus Blue Jackets, a team that we entered the league in as expansion teams, franchises, and now I think we've gone down the line. We both haven't had a lot of success. Darcy Kemper, dumpster fire, Minnesota Wild draft pick, is in between the pipes for the Blue Jackets, and Caden Primo, our goaltender, 17-13-1 record with 4 shutties. And this is the first game with Mitchell Yoshida at the head coach, and our graphics are all fucked up. I hope they're not too bad in this game, in this episode, and we're going to have to drop of the puck. Let's head to the first goal, some action in this game, and already we're going to control the puck behind the net. The Blue Jackets pin us behind the net. Dubois has it, and the Wild are going to steal it. Going the other way, that is Cale Makar, passes that over to Kaprizov. Kirill Kaprizov passes that right over to Backstrom. Backstrom snipes that over to Oliver Wahlstrom, who snipes that. Sorry, I cannot see from far away, but that is a fantastic goal to start off this game and the new Mitchell Yoshida era, as Darcy Kemper gets lit up by Oliver Wahlstrom, 11th goal of the season. And what the hell is going on with the graphics in this episode? I've been having some trouble with my NHL 21 on my Series X, and I think it's alluding to this because if in the Be a Pro series we've also had some problems. But Oliver Wahlstrom plots the first goal on the first shift of the Mitchell Yoshida era. With Backstrom and Kaprizov with the apples on that one. We're only with 1 goal lead in the 15:50 mark of the first period, and the Wild control the puck into neutral. Passed over. That is taken away. No, Jonas Brodin has the puck. He saves it in the zone. Passes that over. Wild shoot. Fiala back. 420. Another one right past Darcy Kemper, and that's going to be Jesperi Kotkaniemi. Finally re-signed last season to be the big-time number 2 center on this team, and he is settling in fairly well. Having a little injury problems this season, but he plots his 9th goal of the season on that great rebound right past Darcy Kemper for the 2-0 lead over the Columbus Blue Jackets. Fiala, Kotkaniemi, and Holtz on the line. Fantastic young line, and Fiala and Brodin are going to get the apples on that one. We're going to jump to the 6:42 mark of the first period. The Wild are tied now with the Columbus Blue Jackets 2-2, and a clapper What a clap bomb. That's a big time goal, and the Wild get another one, 3-2, and that is Alexander Holtz with the snipe show. 8th goal of the season on the PP, and Alexander Holtz. Take a look at this clapper from the hashies. Just rifles it right past Darcy Kuemper. What a gorgeous goal. I love to see it right off the faceoff. A gorgeous pass, and Alexander Holtz gets the 3rd goal of the game for the Minnesota Wild. At the 6:42 mark of the first period, we got 5 goals so far in this first period. Hartman and Gaudette with the Apples. We're jumping the 5-minute mark of the first period, and another goal for the Wild. Nils Höglander just plots that right past Darcy Kuemper. 4-2 in the crease, though. Nils Höglander just gets his 7th goal of the season on the power play. A fantastic offensive output in the first period of Mitchell Yoshida's NHL career in the head coaching role of the Minnesota Wild. And take a look at that. Nils Höglander just puts it easily right past Darcy Kuemper. He has turned into a garbage goaltender. We are living rent-free in his head, and what a bounce, actually. That is just a poor bounce for the Columbus Blue Jackets, right off the knee, right into the Wild stick of Nils Höglander for the goal. Backstrom and Makar get the apples on that one. We're jumping to the second period, and that's right, 4-2 here, with the Wild getting the puck in right from Primo. Going the other way, that is almost a breakaway. The Wild have it, dangles, snipes, backhand, goal, Minnesota Wild. Nils Höglander, what a goal on the breakaway. Just dangle fucks Darcy Kuemper on the backhand, snipey, and Darcy Kuemper is hung out to dry as the Columbus Blue Jackets have no defense in this one. Nils Höglander with the gorgeous backhand snipe on the breakaway, showing off some speed, and the Swedish sniper puts home the 5th goal of the game for the Minnesota Wild at the 8:01 mark. Makar and Primo with the apples. We're jumping to the second period. It's 5-3 now. The Wild still controlling the puck. We're on the PP, entering the neutral zone into the Blue Jackets zone. Shot and dangled. That's what I'm talking about. This is exactly what's happening with my recording of my Series X. Sometimes I'm having some trouble, so we are going to just jump ahead to the next month, because I recorded an entire segment after this, the entire rest of the month of January I recorded, and it just got fucked up, corrupted. So I am jumping ahead to the next month of February 2024. We are just going to move through the rest of this season. We're going to have trade deadline. We're going to have playoffs. We're going to have off season up to the draft, after the draft, and then we're going to end right before free agency and take a look at how we're doing. 31, 23, and 9. I do not want to change anything going into the trade block. I think we're going to have a good team. We're going to make playoffs, and hopefully we can do some damage in playoffs after the month of March 2024. We not doing so good. We are dropping 35, 33, and 10. Not great looking so far after the month of April. 38, 34, and 10. Kirill Kaprizov leads the team with 60 points. Backstrom with 57, and Kotkaniemi with 50. Wahlstrom with 46. Fiala with 45. Holtz with 41. Hartman, Makar, and Gaudette with 39, 35, and 34. Greenway, Höglander, and Paling, Honka, Brodin, Pulujärvi. Pulujärvi has been pretty much a disappointment since signing him to a big contract. He had a big season last year in the NHL with 29 points for Minnesota, but he has dropped significantly. With the injuries, 67 games played, but 15 points is just not going to do it for us. We're going to give him one more shot next season, and hopefully he can come back and bounce back, but maybe we're going to bounce him out. And Robert Backstrom actually hitting a sophomore skid only 57 points in his second season in the NHL. He only played 79 games, so a slight drop. Joachim Blackfield leads the Iowa Wild. Jermaine Powell has been an absolute force since drafting him in the draft round? I think it was like 5th or 6th round. He's been awesome. He's going to jump up next year, for sure. I feel it into the roster. Riley Piercy had an awesome season last year. 18 goals. 2 this year, and he only played 6 less games, so maybe he just had a very, very harsh sophomore slump in this one. Let's see how we do against the Winnipeg Jets in the first round of this playoffs, and we're going to get shelled and fisted hardcore.
Nice execution.
So bad, 4-0. We didn't even get one win. So we're just going to jump to the offseason, see who is the retirement, see who wins the awards in this league in this season, and we got the Philadelphia Flyers winning the Stanley Cup, and the Calder Cup champions, Charlotte Checkers, are going to take home that AHL trophy. Like I said, the Tampa Bay Lightning, though, take over the President's Trophy, and the Calgary Flames were the Western Conference champions, and Connor McDusty, Art Ross champion. Hart Trophy goes to Alexander Barkov for the Panthers, a fantastic season. Aaron Ekblad for the Panthers gets the Norris. Huberdeau, oh man, the Panthers are collecting awards. Ville Kultanen, he wins the Calder for this season. To back-to-back Swedes. Couturier wins the Conn Smythe. Ben Bishop wins the Vezina. What an interesting award winning that one. Vasilevsky wins the Jennings. And Bjorn Fort wins the Masterson. Jack Adams goes to Mitchell Yoshida after only coaching 2 months. That's interesting. But thankfully, Minnesota Wild get a head coach award. That's pretty shocking, actually. I'm really shocked by that one, actually. Jack Eichel wins the Maurice Richard. And take a look at the draft lottery results. We are not in the top 15 as we were in a playoff team, but we did get shelled and got sent home early. Sidney Crosby leads the retirees with Joe Thornton, Eric Stahl, Paul Stastny, Jeff Carter, TJ Oshie, Duncan Keith, David Perron, and Bobby Ryan. In the top of the retirees, Joe Thornton finally retires after 1,700 games played. Sidney Crosby with 1,307 games played, but he had 1,583 points in career. What a fantastic career. Bobby Ryan finishes up in the AHL. Okposo, we actually had him for a short bit. Halak, Howard, Reimer, and Grice, Hammond, and Peters are the retiring goaltenders after this season. Koivu, Stastny, and Oshie are now coaches in the AHL or NHL, and Tyler Bozak is now a scout for the Detroit Red Wings. We're going to jump into this NHL draft, as I'm not going to feature a big draft in this episode because I don't know how long this recording is not going to get fucked up. So we're just going to jump in, see the first 3 picks of the draft, and then jump to our picks, and I'll talk a little bit about them. I'll talk more about these players next episode when we go over the first half or the whole next season. I don't know how much I can sim, but we got the Montreal Canadiens at the first overall pick, and I'm not even going to fucking try to say that last name. Daryl Strombopoulos. He is a 81 power forward. A lot of good players go in the first round. We're going to trade for the 9th overall pick to the Boston Bruins, trade Fiala and a third round pick. I didn't even fucking see. And we're going to take AJ Bjugstad, a Minnesota boy. Nephew of Nick Bjugstad, former Minnesota Wild and Golden Gopher. He's also from Minnesota. AJ Bjugstad. We're going to trade Sammy Niku, and we're going to trade Jared Spurgeon to the Arizona Coyotes. We're going to shed some cap and actually make room for some of these older players, the younger players to come in. Nikita Chubasov, we drafted 24th overall in the first round. He's an elite medium, 79 defensive defenseman. We might see him early in this next year or the next year after that. We're going to go with Thomas Hornquist, an awful 56 overall grinding winger. And we're going to go with Murray Card in this pick, as he's a right winger sniper elite, and he is not. Bottom 6. We're going to jump to the 5th round. This is quick through the draft. Like I said, we are going to end, though, with this draft and going right into re-signing of players. So we got Hakana in the goaltender in the 5th round. 6th round, the final pick, Omar Carter. We're going to take him, 56 overall playmaker. And the final pick is Aiden Emery. We are going to draft him or Jonas Höglund. No, let's go with Aiden Emery. He's a 54 overall playmaker. 7th round pick. Let's see. Final pick of this draft, Jonas Höglund. Maybe. No, Jürgen Walzer. I love Germans. Let's bring him in. That's our draft for this round. I'm sorry this has been quick, but we will talk about these picks later. Thank you for watching. Smash like down below, hit subscribe, and thank you for watching and supporting Dynasty Central Sports. We will see you next episode. Later.